Hey, I'm Parker Botcher, and this is Crease Monsters, the podcast where we talk all things lacrosse, from epic highlights, gear reviews, game predictions, and of course, some special guests. Whether you're stringing up a new pocket, gearing up for game day, or just chilling, this is your go-to spot for all lacrosse things. And if you haven't already, hit that follow button wherever you're listening, and let's get into it. We've got a packed episode today. NLL stats, some incredible performances, and special thank you I need to give out. And some news about the show heading into the holidays. Okay, so last week I made a prediction. Halifax versus Buffalo in Banterland. Guess what? Halifax wins it in overtime. Clark Pedersen, absolute hero, completes the hat trick in OT. Winner. Over 17,000 fans in KeyBank Center watching the three-time defending champs get knocked off. And here's the thing about Halifax. This wasn't a fluke. Warren Hill in net. 45 saves on 53 shots. That's after he put up 49 saves the week before against Oshawa. Dawson Seed had a hat trick. Randy Stats dished 6 assists. Ryan Terfenko, 6 assists. This team is absolutely stacked, and they're playing like it. Now, Buffalo, they didn't go down easy. Dane Smith opened the game with 2 goals in the first 2 minutes. Then, 6 seconds, the man is a machine. Smith finished with 3 goals, 4 assists. Josh Byrne added 3 and 3, and Matt Vince made 31 saves. But Halifax, they don't just quit. They were down 7-4 in the third, rattled off by the 3 straight to tie, and Byrne tied it to force OT. Pedersen said, "Nah, I'm ending this." Mark my words, we might be looking at an NLL Finals prediction here. Halifax is 2-0, and they're real. All right. I gotta take a second here for a personal moment. So, the Vancouver Warriors had their home game, and after the game, in the dressing room, hang out with the team, celebrating the win. I wasn't gonna lie, it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. These guys just work so hard. To see them in that moment celebrating together, the energy in that room, it reminded me of why I love this sport so much. Massive thank you to the Vancouver Warriors Association for making that happen. Seriously, incredible. But here's where it's getting better. So I'm walking out, right? I run into Tyrell Hammer-Jackson, and we talked with him on episode 10. If you want to get to know a little bit about him, go over to that one. Then, Chase Fraser from the Desert Dogs. Now, if you've been listening to the show, you know how huge of a Chase fan I am. Huge. And Tyrell, huge fan too. The guy is a face-off specialist, co-owns Loading Lacrosse, releasing the Tonka head. If you haven't checked it out, go to that. Loading Lax. It's on pre-order, and he's one of the most genuine people in the sport. And Chase Fraser, 3-time NLL champion, sponsored by Loading Lacrosse. Come on. 3-time NLL champion with Buffalo. He just signed with his hometown team, Langley Thunder, in the WLA. I'm so pumped to see him play in that game. He didn't end up playing. I was super bummed, but honestly, getting to meet him in person was even better. So yeah, pretty unreal night. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening in the Vancouver last game, home game. Because Keegan Ball and Adam Charlambides put up a show. In week 3 over Vegas, these combined for 16 points. Ball had 4 assists, 4 goals, 4 assists. Charlambides had matched him. 4 goals, 4 assists. That's your entire offense in those 2 guys. And here's what I love about that duo. Ball's the shooter. The guy can rip it from anywhere. He's one of the top goal scorers in the league, and the defenders know it. So they have to respect every single shot every time he touches the ball. Beatties is more of a playmaker. He sees the floor differently. He'll find the open space, the open man. He'll create space. When the defense cheat toward ball, boom, Charlotte Beatties is right there to capitalize. They complete each other compete each other perfectly. And with Christian Del Bianco in net making 44 saves, Vancouver is looking dangerous. They bounced back from that week 1 loss to Colorado and just handed Vegas 15-9 win. And they handed Vegas 15-9 lose. Then, yesterday, they closed out the pre-season holiday with a 8-6 win over Oshawa. Warriors are 2-1 and rolling. Now, you gotta give credit where the credit's due. Even though Vegas lost that game, Tyrell Hammerjacks dominated the faceoffs. I'm talking controlled X all night. And look, I told you, I'm a huge Hammer fan, but watching him at work is just art. The guy's technique is so clean. His hands are so fast, everything he battles for, everything. Vegas is still finding their rhythm with all their new pieces. Mitch Jones, Chris Kluche, Tony Malcolm, Chase Fraser. But when that offense clicks, watch out. All right, let's run through the rest of the league because there's been some wild stuff happening. The standings check. Halifax leads at 2-0 plus with a 10-goal differential. Best defense in the league right now. Rochester 1-0 after absolutely demolishing San Diego 15-7 under their first game under Suspension Nation ownership statement win. Philadelphia is 1-0 after edging Colorado 8-7. Vancouver is 2-1 and looking good. Oshawa's 1-3 now. They're a young team. They're figuring it out. Vegas is 0-1, and Calgary's still searching at 0-2. Player performance that made me lose my mind. Jeff T for Ottawa. This guy went nuclear against Saskatchewan. 4 goals, 5 assists. Here's the crazy stat. Jeff T now is the fastest player to reach 500 career points in 72 games. That's it. The man is built different. Connor Fields, Rochester. Connor Fields opened Rochester's season with 4 goals and 2 assists. The 2025 MVP just picking off where he left off. Thomas McCovey. Same game, 4 goals, 5 goals against Rochester's offense. Terrifying. Ryan Lansbury added 2 goals and 7 assists. Ryan Smith had a hat trick and 4 helpers. San Diego got cooked. Although I will say Pat Cavanaugh has had 2 goals and 4 assists in his second ever NLL game. The guy is going to be special. And Trevor Baptiste still winning faceoffs at that 85%. That's just unfair. Oh, I can't forget this guy. Robert Church for Saskatchewan. He hit his 900th career point. Only the 23rd player in the league to do that. Legend. Toronto's comeback win. The Rock were down 8-6 going to the 4th against Calgary. Then Mark Matthews, Chris Boucher, Owen Hilt, and Josh Darwick each scored in a span of 3.5 minutes. Boucherie completed the hat trick with 2:06 left for the game winner. Toronto wins it 10-11. The cruise connection between Bushy and Hilt is real. These guys played together at Syracuse. They know just where to be when each other are going. Calgary are now 2-2 and definitely feeling some pressure. Georgia's defense masterclass, Brett Dobson, made 51 saves against Oshawa. Now, Georgia wins 9-5. They're starting to look like the good team everyone expected them to be. Few more things before we wrap up. PLL season off-season mode, but the player movement window is open. Rosters decisions happening will now the shade of 2026 championship series. Keep an eye on that one. And the college side is scheduled to release soon. Albany, Syracuse, Rutgers dropping their 2026 schedules with some heavy matchups. We will have more on that when it comes back. Speaking when the show comes back, I've got some news. First off, happy holidays to everyone who's listening. Whether you're celebrating Christmas or just enjoying some time with the family, I hope you get to relax, throw the ball around if you can, soak it all in, but the podcast is going on a holiday break. But here's the thing, my break is going to be a little longer than originally planned. As you guys know, I broke my collarbone a few weeks ago. Stupid fall, wasn't it even planned, just one of those freak things. It has been honestly frustrating. Being on the sidelines is not being able to play is tough. But good news, everything is healing up quick and I'm going in the right direction. Focus right now is to get back on the lacrosse field, and I want to be ready for the end of the season tournaments. Playing at Sandstorm is the goal. Everything, and I mean everything, is going to do that. So the podcast is going to take a bit pause for a while I focus on recovering and get back on the field. I will still be posting on Instagram and YouTube, Crease Monsters, so make sure you're following there to stay connected. But when I'm back to full strength, life is going to be back to post-normal injury. We'll be back. We'll be breaking down the NLL, talking gear, geeking out about the lacrosse together. Thank you, seriously, who everybody's been listening, sharing, saying, and supporting the show. This community means everything to me. Shout out to Vancouver Warriors for that incredible experience. Shout out to Tyrell Hammer-Jackson, Chase Fraser for being so cool. And shout out to all you guys rocking with the Crease Monsters. Enjoy your holiday. Hug your family. Eat too much food. Hope you get a new stick or some gear under the tree. Next time, stay dangerous, stay hungry, and remember, the best players are the ones that never fall. They're the ones that get back up every single time. I'll see you when I'm back. All right, that's it for this episode of Crease Monsters. Thanks for hanging out. If you liked the episode, hit the follow so you don't miss what's coming next. You can catch us on Instagram and YouTube. Just search @Crease Monsters. Until next time, share it, save it, string it up. We're just getting started.